Gary then Carlisle away. Gary, still unbeaten, and how much do you feel that you and the players have really got something to build on now?
Well, you've always got something to build on because it's early part of the season. I don't think there's too many managers out there when you read reports on their games over the weekend that have said, we're there, we've cracked it. Everybody sort of said, well, it was okay, yeah, we won, but we didn't really play very well. And there wasn't too many managers who said, we were magnificent, that's exactly what I want. And that's because it's early part of the season. So there is time. Everyone knows that the good squads will build and they will get better. And as the ones in our side get more experience as far as this league is concerned, because that was a big lesson on Saturday. It was a big lesson. It was us giving the ball away. And when you give the ball away too much, then people tend to lump it a little bit longer because they're not as confident as they could be. You know, when we went 1-0 up against Charlton, we passed it around really well, and that's really down to the confidence. And then against, with all due respect to Mansfield, a lesser team, we didn't, because we went 1-0 down in the second half. But even up till then, we wasn't really playing our game. They were playing a game which, of course, they got some big uns in their team, and their passes were going pretty long, and then we went long, and in the end, it was a typical early season football match where nobody really wanted to make a mistake. We made the first few mistakes that led to the goal, but we finished strong and got the goal back. So a point's a point, and we're only 2 points away from promotion.
You said afterwards as well that it should be an entertaining season. The lads are putting the effort in. How pleased have you been with the way in which they've shown that they can make the step up? Because after Bristol Rovers, you were publicly making 1 or 2 doubts.
We've done well considering how far we've come from the Bristol Rovers game. Although we went back a little bit to sort of like looking like we didn't have a philosophy, looking like we didn't have a tactic, we didn't quite close down as a team. We didn't work as a team on Saturday. We did against Charlton, and that's really the benchmark at the moment of how we've got to play to be successful in this league. If we play like we played Saturday, then we'll end up just below mid-table somewhere. So we've got to up our game. Players have got to up their game. They've got to realise what their game is and what is their effective game, and be bold enough to produce it. Because I think you could say, and it's nothing I haven't said to the lads, I'll tell them when they've done well, we had five or so players that didn't come up to scratch Saturday. And that was disappointing because they should be enjoying it, and they've all got ability. I believe in them more than they believe in themselves at the moment. And so I'll keep that going, I'll keep pushing, and hopefully we can not only get a performance but a result.
That belief, how much will that be helped for the strikers when they start scoring goals? Because no one's questioning the work rate at the moment, but everyone just needs that little bit of encouragement, don't they?
Yeah, as we said, the work rate's always a given. You know, nobody gets away with not trying or not trying hard. So they're okay with that. It's just the confidence. It's the team confidence, the individual confidence to get on the ball. We've seen them all have great games, so we know they all have got it in them. And now it's just bring it out of them. Sometimes it's a goal for your side, and then everybody relaxes a little bit more and feels a bit more comfortable and confident. What we do know is that we have got a team that doesn't give up when we go 1-0 down. Whether we're disorganised, not looking too good or what, we don't give up. And in the last 10 minutes, we should have won the game. We had 5 chances in extra time. I know that was extra time was 8 minutes, but we had 5 decent chances in extra time, and that should have given us the 3 points. But unfortunately, we scuffed the shot or didn't quite get the header, or But anyway, there was 5 decent chances.
When you play Carlisle away, is the first part of the mission to make sure that the journey doesn't beat you?
Yeah, Carlisle's got that stigma about it. Whichever club you're at, it feels like it's miles away. We do it. Well, it is miles away, yeah. But we have our quizzes, and we'll stop a couple of times on the way. We're leaving early, so that we can mosey on up there, if you like. And is that a word?
Yeah, it is.
Right, mosey on up there, and hopefully we can be as fresh as we can be, having done the long journey. They've got to come to us on a Tuesday as well later on in the season. So really, I've got to try and keep it out of their minds. It's okay, you putting it in mind, but we got to say, don't use it as an excuse. Don't be a victim, because some people at the moment, if they're feeling sorry for themselves, might look to use any excuse they can for a poor game before they've even played, and we call them victims.
Carlisle have themselves had a strong start though, haven't they? So I mean, I suppose on the pitch it's just going to be a hard enough job anyway.
Yeah, I think they've got a really good side. I know a few of their players through a few of them have been at Oldham when my son was there, and I think they've, in the hope of getting their investor, I think that they've put together a team to give it a right go, and they're going to be up there for sure. So we have to again respect them, and we're going to have to play better than we played on Saturday.
How's Dan Holman's foot?
It's
don't ask me which one.
No, it's a bruised toe at the moment. There's nothing more than that. So we've had it scanned because we was a little bit worried about it, but it's fine. So that's good. That helps him in his mind to sort of try and forget about it. It's just a bruised toe, and yeah, they hurt, but get on with it. It's out.
Everyone else okay? I mean, obviously Asa was back on the bench, so I mean, those injured players beginning to come back?
Yeah, they are. Asa's, excuse me, I'm still laughing at my own joke. Asa will be ready for Saturday. He was sort of ready for Tuesday. He was ready for Saturday, and I think Dates is probably champing at the bit now. Now his little one's been born and life's wonderful, and hopefully he can put in a performance if selected.
Before the sleepless nights kick in?
Well, yeah, they'll have to work that out, so we'll have to wait and see. I'll see from his eyes whether he's up for it or not.
Thank you, good luck.
No problem.
Is it a case of judging whether it's a half full glass or a half empty glass at the start of the season? Lots of people are trying to work out whether it's a good because you're unbeaten or bad because you haven't won.
Yeah. Well, what it is, you're just trying to get a consistent game. That's what we're trying to do. We haven't been consistent yet. The Leighton Orient first half was poor, second half was brilliant, Charlton was brilliant, and I thought Mansfield was poor. That don't mean to say, as I've said, that I haven't lost belief in this group. I haven't. I just want to bring them to their full potential. They've all got potential and they've all got a game, and I want to bring it out, and that's what I do. So I'll make you or break you, and if I make you, then they're your best mates for the rest of your career and their career, and if you break them, they're not around very long. So because they can't handle that being called a victim. Now I know I've mentioned that a few times. That's sort of a little bit of a theme that we've got going at the minute. Are you a victim or are you a fighter? And what is it that makes you a victim and what is it that makes you a fighter? So that's what we're having all the victims over there in a minute and all the fighters over there, so they'll see exactly which ones I think are which.
It sounds as though you know it's there from them, but they've just got to bring it out themselves. The time to produce.
You've got to believe in yourself. You can't have one good game and then a couple of games rest. You've got to give it a right go, and for the sake of your career, your families, the kids you might have. When your dad, when your son grows up, say Dad, Daddy, was you a good player? Yes, son, I won this, I won that, I've done this, I've done that. Not I was injured for 3 years out of me 4, and out of 4, or I could have been, I scored 10, but I could have scored 20, or son, I could have been a great player, you know, then go and be a great player. Let him grow up knowing his dad. I know that sounds, but it hits it home, because sometimes you've got to look at what how other people are perceiving you, rather than you being deluded that you've had a good game or you're doing enough. You can't be doing enough. They're in the second division. Get yourself to the championship at least, and then you're doing enough.
Excellent.